Hello! So if you do or do not know, my name is Alex and I am in South Korea as part of the EPIK program. In today's video, I am going to discuss the lesson demonstration part of the interview process. It's only about like a 2 to 3 minute part of the interview. But if anything, I think this is like the most important part of the interview, even though it's one of the smallest sections. As this is the perfect chance for the interview to see what you're like in a classroom setting, how you're acting with students, and how you will fundamentally be as an English teacher. So I'm gonna break this video down into 5 easy tips on how to successfully pass the lesson demonstration part of the interview process. And I'm confident if you follow these steps, you'll have no trouble passing the interview, and maybe, or maybe not, I will see you here in South Korea. And as always, if you want some more EPIK content, if you want to follow my life over here in South Korea, if you just want to follow it because of me, make sure you subscribe. And if you have any more questions, please drop them down in the comments. Give me a follow on Instagram, or give me a message on Instagram at least, and I will definitely get back to you, and I'm more than happy to help you. So without further ado, let me talk about the lesson demonstration part of the EPIK interview. So like I mentioned at the start, the lesson demonstration section is only about 2 to 3 minutes, and it's a chance for the interview to see what you will be like in a classroom as an English teacher. Before your lesson demonstration, you'll actually get about 2 to 3 minutes to actually prepare, so you'll be able to turn your camera off, you'll be able to get everything that you need. The interview won't be watching you at this time, so you can actually settle, get ready, get prepared, and once you're ready, you'll turn the camera back on and then you will begin. So the first bit of advice I can give you for the lesson demonstration is to make sure that it's real. So it's going to feel a bit weird, like talking to a camera, like I'm doing right now, but with someone staring right at your face and pretending they're a child. Just make sure you try your hardest that you pretend this is a real lesson. The interviewer doesn't care that it's going to be awkward, so pretend that they are a student. Some interviewers will engage with you, so sometimes they will actually be the student, although more often than not the interviewer is going to take a step back and physically just watch you, how you command a classroom. So they're not really going to take the role of being a student, so it's completely up to you how you use this to your advantage or your disadvantage, but just make sure it's like an authentic English class experience. So the second piece of advice I can give you, it's probably the most important advice actually, and it's to do your lesson demonstration in terms of the age range that you actually want to teach when you get to Korea. So in my lesson demonstration, it was such a goofy, stupid elementary school lesson plan. And here I am in Korea and I'm teaching at not just one, but 2 elementary schools. And I have heard that people that do high school lesson demonstrations, they are teaching elementary schools. And at the same time, I've also heard that people do elementary school demonstrations and are now teaching at high school. So this is not a fundamental rule of what school you'll get or what placement you'll get when you get to Korea, but I think it's a really important one. If the interviewer sees that you're absolutely amazing at teaching elementary school level, they'll be like, you know what, they've really aced that, you know. So you're going to be more inclined to get an elementary school placement. This was my mindset anyway, and I manifested it and it happened. But personally for me, there was no point doing a high school lesson demonstration when I really wanted to teach at elementary school, because I didn't really understand that. The third bit of advice I can give you is make sure that you engage with the students. So of course the students are not going to be there, but the interviewer wants to see how you actually engage with the students. They want to see your versatility in the classroom. They want to see how you respond to correct answers and not so correct answers. So if you're there speaking to the students as if they were in the classroom and asking them a question and getting a response back that's correct, it's just little things like this, making sure you pretend that there's students actually in the classroom and see how that you respond to different responses. It goes towards showing your versatility in the classroom as a teacher, so don't be afraid of this. Okay, the fourth bit of advice that I can give you, and this is something that I personally used in my lesson demonstration, but it was to use props. Bear in mind, this lesson demonstration will be for an actual classroom, so the props that you use, if you do choose to use them, and make sure they're not just for a online class. Of course, this lesson demonstration is online. However, the actual class that you're giving is going to be within a classroom setting. I'd say the easiest prop that you could use are flashcards that showcase the key words in different colours and the key phrases, and they also include pictures. However, if you do make these prop cards, make sure that they are big enough for the whole class to see. You don't want a little one that just covers the camera, because if this was in a real life situation, this small card, nobody at the back of the classroom is going to see this. And it also just adds another dimension to your lesson. If this lesson demonstration was in real life, you would have a bunch of materials that you would use. You'd probably use the projector, you'd probably use the screen, the whiteboard, props. So just having these props just showcases to the interviewer that yes, you are acknowledging that props are a key tool within the classroom, and this will be a massive benefit to you and your interview. And the fifth bit of advice I can give you in terms of lesson demonstration is just to be engaging. Do not be afraid to be silly. The interviewer has probably seen hundreds of these lesson demonstrations before, and you don't know if there's good ones before you don't know if there's bad ones, but you just need to make sure that they are engaged. And also, if they're not engaged, how on earth are the students going to be engaged in the classroom in real life? And if you feel like you're coming across a bit stupid, a bit oh, this is so weird, that's okay. But before you know it, it'll literally be over, so do not get worrying. Make sure you're engaging, be a little bit silly, especially if you're applying for an elementary school, and it'll be absolutely fine. So yeah, I hope this short video has helped you out with the lesson demonstration part of the EPIK interview. Like I said, it's really nothing to worry about. It's going to be very short, it will be over before you know it, and other than props, you don't really need to practice too hard. As long as you're engaging, as long as you come across a little bit silly, and if you target towards the age range that you wish to teach, I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like always, any comments that you have, please drop them down below in the comments. Give me a message on Instagram. And yeah, I'm not too sure what my next video is going to be. I'm going on some more adventures. Yeah, if you want some more content, make sure you subscribe. And I will catch you next time on this channel. Have a great day, have a great afternoon, have a good morning. See you later. Bye. Oh, and best of luck.